Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am that Keto Lady and I am so glad y'all are tuning in today. We're gonna be making a super delicious recipe out of my e-cookbook, Big Easy Keto, and it is gonna be made in the air fryer. Super easy and delicious. You can make this in the air fryer, but you can also make this in the oven. So there's two ways to make it. I will list the oven method below, and I will show you how to make it in the air fryer in this video. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and share about my page, because that's how I'm gonna grow. So with all of that being said, let's get cooking. All right, here are the ingredients that you're gonna need for the pizza. We're gonna need mozzarella cheese, and I've already showed you this before. I usually get the giant bag of mozzarella from Sam's, and then I will put it in gallon-sized Ziploc bags. I usually have 3 of these from one giant bag. This stores really well in the freezer, so you don't lose any, if it gets moldy, if you don't use it quick enough or whatever, but you're still saving money in essence. So we're gonna need mozzarella cheese, almond flour, cream cheese, egg. Then we're gonna need pulled pork. I get this at Sam's. This is already cooked, basically. It looks terrible in the package, but I promise you it's really good. Then we're gonna need a little bit of oil. I'm using avocado oil. We're gonna need bacon. We're gonna need some bell pepper. Whenever I don't use a whole bell pepper, I will put it in a Ziploc and store it in the freezer for whenever I need some, but not a whole one in a recipe. We're gonna need onion. We're gonna need barbecue sauce. I'm using G. Hughes because this is available at Walmart, but you can use any sugar-free barbecue sauce that you would like. And now we're gonna start making the dough next. In my bowl, I have my mozzarella cheese and my cream cheese. I'm gonna microwave this in 30-second increments until it is nice and smooth, and then I'm gonna add in the almond flour and the egg after this is done. So I microwaved it for 30 seconds. I'm just gonna mix it up, and then I'm gonna put it back in the microwave for another 30. All right, we went for another 30 seconds. And you don't wanna cook the cheese, you just want it to be nice and melted. I love the mozzarella cheese from Sam's because it melts so good. Okay, I'm gonna go for another 30-second time. This was at 1.5 minutes, but you can see how it is so gooey and just a beautiful consistency. Now, I always mix in my almond flour before I add in the egg because it just gives the cheese a little bit of time to cool down, so to speak, before I add the egg, because I don't want the egg to cook when I put it in there. And if you want to, you can get in there with your hands and knead it really well. You'll have a beautiful ball of dough. You could always add in, if you wanted to add some seasonings to this, you could add in like garlic powder, some Italian seasoning, whatever savory seasonings you wanted, you absolutely could add that in and just give it whatever flavor you want, or you can just have a basic crust like this. Pan, I have some avocado oil that's heating up, and I'm going to add my ingredients and cook it all down. The rest of my onions I am going to put in a Ziploc and put in the freezer, because the next time I need chopped onions, I'll have it done already. This is for the toppings on the pizza. Next, I'm adding in my bacon. This is a little bit more than what the recipe calls for, but a little extra bacon never hurt nobody. And I know this looks terrible, but this is the pork. I get it at Sam's. It's usually in the cooler case by the sausage and stuff, and it's gonna look much better than this once it's cooked down. So now that we have cooked everything down, our onions and peppers are nice and tender, we're gonna add in some barbecue sauce and mix it up. I've taken the original ball of dough and broken it into 2 pieces because this is gonna fit into my air fryer. I'm gonna show you a little hack that's gonna save you from having to like roll this out with a rolling pin. So I know that my air fryer will fit a standard size paper plate. Don't ask me how I know that, but it does. So I'm gonna take a piece of parchment paper, put it on top of here, and then I just press it down. Just smooth it out a little bit, but there you go. Before you put in the air fryer, you want to poke it with holes because it will puff up in certain spaces. So here we go. I'm gonna go put it in the air fryer. I have it in the air fryer. You can see I did line the air fryer with some parchment paper, and it's okay. You can see it kind of has some cracks around the edges just from me moving it. Don't worry about that because this dough, it will mend itself, so to speak. So I'm gonna put it in the air fryer on 400, and then I'm gonna let it cook for like 5 to 7 minutes, and I'm gonna flip it to toast it on the other side as well for an equal amount of time. All right, so the timer just went off, and this is what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it and toast it on the other side for an additional 5 minutes. Next up, we have the second piece of dough going in the air fryer, 400 degrees for 5 minutes on each side. Now we begin the fun process of topping it. So I'm gonna take a little bit of barbecue sauce and drizzle it on. We're gonna put it in the air fryer and melt all the cheese. I have the pizza down in the air fryer. I'm gonna put it back in on 400 for about 4 minutes, just until the cheese is melted, and we're gonna dig in. All right, our time is up, and look at that. Our pizza is done. Oh, I can't wait to dig in. So yummy, so delicious, and super easy. This is actually enough for 2 people to eat, so you can always do it in the oven. You don't have to do it in the air fryer. I just like to come up with new ways to cook things because, you know, that's how people do it. They always get a new gadget and they want to try it out. I also want to mention that you will most likely have some of that pulled pork left over. No worries, because it freezes so good. Just put it in a Ziploc bag or airtight container and put it in the freezer. The next time you want to make some pizza, it's ready to go. So another little time-saving tip on a busy night. Or you can just plate that up with a side, some broccoli and a salad. Dinner's done. Okay, I have to show y'all something that might be a little bit weird, but I put a little bit of ranch dressing on my pizza. It is so delicious. It is amazing. I don't know why I did it, why I started doing it, but it is phenomenal. So there you go. Y'all enjoy it. That concludes today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, but more importantly, I hope that y'all will make the recipe for the ones that you love the most. If you haven't already checked me out on Instagram, I am Keto Lady over there as well. If you haven't gotten my cookbook, it is awesome. Even though it's an e-cookbook, it can be printed out after purchase. It has 63 of my personal recipes in it. It's $12 and it is phenomenal. Desserts, sides, main dishes, breakfast, salad dressings, all of the yummy things that you need on your keto or low carb journey. So I'll see y'all the next time for another delicious recipe.